You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 14th of April. PM Modi inaugurates Northeast India's first AIIMS, attends Bihu celebrations. Pakistan government and judiciary in new standoff amid economic turmoil. And Afghan teachers float to school on inner tubes. And now for all the details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday inaugurated the campus of India's premier health institute AIIMS in Guwahati city and 3 other hospitals in Assam state. The AIIMS campus is the only one of its kind in the entire northeastern region. The foundation stone of the building was laid by PM Modi himself in 2017. The Prime Minister, during his visit, dedicated Rs 14,300 crore worth of development projects to Assam on the occasion of the state's harvest festival of Bihu. The initiatives include a bridge on Brahmaputra River and 5 railway projects.
हमने वोट बैंक के बजाय देश की जनता की मुश्किलों को कम करने पर फोकस किया। हमने लक्ष्य बनाया कि हमारी बहनों को इलाज के लिए दूर न जाना पड़े। हमने तय किया कि किसी गरीब को पैसे के अभाव में अपना इलाज न टालना पड़े।
Later in the day, PM Modi also witnessed grand Rongali Bihu celebrations in which more than 11,000 dancers performed. The festival is observed in mid-April every year. It heralds the Assamese New Year and is widely celebrated amongst the community. The Pakistan's parliament on Thursday ruled against providing funds for provincial snap polls ordered by the Supreme Court, creating new discord between the judiciary and government amid months of political and economic turmoil. The decision came hours after the government rejected a panel set up and headed by Chief Justice Umar Ata Bandial that was due to rule on a draft law clipping the powers of the Chief Justice, claiming conflict of interest. The Supreme Court has ordered snap polls on May 14 in Punjab province, where former Premier Imran Khan had dissolved the local government. However, incumbent PM Shehbaz Sharif's government has maintained it is not economically viable to spare 21 billion rupees for snap polls. Pakistan is inching closer to IMF deal as UAE has confirmed to the global lender that it will provide $1 billion support to the country. Pakistan's Finance Minister Ishaq confirmed the development in a tweet on Friday. The commitment is one of the requirements that IMF has said it needs to move ahead on a delayed $1.1 billion bailout package to shore up Pakistan's struggling economy. The IMF's managing director, Kristalina Georgieva, said on Thursday the fund was also in talks with friendly countries of Pakistan to provide financial assurances so it can complete the program. Pakistan has less than a month's worth of foreign exchange reserves. With rising costs of all commodities amid the economic crisis, people across the country are left shattered.
अब 1000 रुपए दिहाड़ी मिलती है शाम को, सारा दिन काम करने के बाद किराए का मकान है, 20,000 रुपए किराया देना है, कहाँ से आदमी अफोर्ड करेगा? मुझे बताओ। गैस के बिल, बिजली के बिल, फिर महंगाई इतनी कि मतलब मार्केट जाके हम ये शनाख्त नहीं कर सकते हम क्या खरीदें।
Due to lack of bridges and boats in Afghanistan's Nangarhar province, teachers are finding it hard to make their way to school as they have to carry their own inner tubes every day to reach out to students. A report.
As there are no bridges or boats for years in Afghanistan's Nangarhar province, every morning some 12 to 15 teachers carry their inner tubes to make their way to the school by river where they teach. They paddle their rafts across fast-moving water to get to the other side of the 46-meter wide river. The school they teach at currently has 1,040 students, including girls, attending primary classes. It was opened in 2004, but the Education Ministry told them just 3 years later the school complex was too dilapidated for use. There are only 3 classrooms left now, and most of the classes are held outdoors.
ډیری وسادان را سره دي چې موږ د باساول د سیمینا اپل او پروزو د بیلې لیستا نو دا خو د کونړ سیند او خونړې سیند ډیر غټ سیند او دا چې څنګه د وړي موسم شروع شي نو سیند به ډیر زیات شي نو موږ په ټوپانو باندې ټول ملګری یو ځای پروزو نو د ډیر ستونزو او مشکلاتو سره مخ یو ځکه چې خطر لري ډیر زیات خطر لري دا غټي چپی وي د چپونه چې موږ تیریګو نو ډیر
After decades of war, Afghanistan remains one of the poorest and least developed countries in the world. Its financial crisis has only worsened since the return of the Taliban to power in 2021.
Nepal's Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal, in reply to the Supreme Court, has backtracked and said he has never taken responsibility for the 5,000 insurgency-era killings. Furnishing a 13-point written response, Dahal demanded that the petitions asking for investigation against him for the killings should be scrapped. He claimed his statement made in 2020 was a response to attempts from some quarters to create a narrative that then Maoist rebels must take responsibility for all 17,000 insurgency-era deaths. He said his remarks were purely political and therefore cannot be an issue of judicial concern. India, Japan and France have announced a common platform for talks among bilateral creditors to coordinate the restructuring of Sri Lanka's debt, a move they hope would serve as a model for solving the debt woes of middle-income economies. It remains uncertain, however, whether Sri Lanka's biggest bilateral creditor, China, will join the initiative launched by Japan, this year's G7 chair. Sri Lanka owes $7.1 billion to bilateral creditors, with $3 billion owed to China, followed by $2.4 billion to the Paris Club and $1.6 billion to India. The government also needs to renegotiate more than $12 billion of debt in Eurobonds with overseas private creditors and $2.7 billion on other commercial loans. Sri Lanka kicked off talks to rework part of its domestic debt this month and aims to finalize the deal by May. Thousands of devotees thronged the famous Golden Temple and the pilgrimage site of Haridwar in northern India to offer prayers and take a holy dip to mark the harvest festival of Baisakhi on Friday. Take a look.
Sikh devotees on Friday offered prayers and took a holy dip at the famous Golden Temple in India's northern Amritsar city to mark the harvest festival of Baisakhi. The festival is especially celebrated by farmers as they harvest the wheat crop and share their produce as offerings at religious sites as gratitude. It holds a special significance for the Sikhs as on this day, the 10th Sikh spiritual leader Guru Gobind Singh established the Khalsa Panth, a community of initiated Sikhs, in the year 1699.
आज तक सारे पासे किलकारियां होंदियां ने ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨਵੀਂ ਫਸਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਦਿਨ ਹੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕੱਟਣਾ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਨਵਾਂ ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮਨਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਦੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਹੈਗਾ.
Meanwhile, thousands of Hindu devotees also gathered in the pilgrim town of Haridwar to offer prayers and take a holy dip in the river Ganga. It is considered auspicious to bathe in sacred rivers or water bodies on the occasion.
आज यहाँ बैसाखी का स्नान है, वही करने में परिवार के साथ यहाँ आई हूँ और बहुत अच्छा लगा. गंगा मैया हम सबको शीतलता प्रदान करे, शांति दे.
That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.